Hello friends, in this tutorial we will study two concepts of TypeScript. The first one is unions and the second one is interfaces. So first of all we study unions. Uh, Basically, as name suggests, unions are actually union of different data types. In TypeScript gives programs the ability to combine one or more data types into a single variable. Union types are a powerful way to express a value that can be one of the several data types. We can say two or more data types are combined using the pipeline symbol, just like this one, to denote a union type. In other words, we can say a union type is written as a sequence of data types separated by this type of vertical bars. So syntax of union is, here we will place type 1, then we will place a vertical bar, then type data type 2, and then again we will place a vertical bar and type 3. It means here we have a variable a s equal to these three types. It means these three data types can be stored into this s variable. So let's take an example of, here we have our data type string, and then sorry, then we have our data type number, and then third one data type is boolean, and then we place semicolon. Sorry, we don't need to place equal sign, we need to place colon over here. So this s variable can contain string value, number value, or boolean value. If we store other than these three data types to variable s, compiler will show a error to us. So let's assign a value. First one is string, so I assign merger to variable s. So there is no error. It means a compiler is allowing us to store string into this variable. So we print this value and s. So compile your code, then run your JavaScript file, and you will see merger is printed. Now the other data type is number. It means I can store number into this variable as well. So no error. It means compiler is allowing us to store number value into this variable. So compile your code and run your JavaScript file, and you will see 12 is printed over here. Similarly, we can store boolean values as well into s variable. But if I store a variable, I store a value other than these three data types. For example, I remove boolean from here and assign it a value true to this variable. So you can see compiler is showing error and saying that you cannot store true, which is a boolean variable type, to this variable s, because in union we have declared only two data types for this union. So this is all about unions. The next topic is interfaces in TypeScript. The second one is interfaces. Basically, interface defines the syntax that any driving class must adhere to. Basically, we write interfaces, and the classes implements or follow the structure of the interfaces. Interfaces define properties, methods, and events which are the members of the interface. Interfaces contain only the declaration of the members. Declaration means we have only declaration of the members, but not implementation, or we can say body of the members of the interface. So it is the responsibility of the deriving class to define the members or provide the implementation of the interface members. It often helps in providing a standard structure that the driving classes would follow. So basically we can say interfaces provide a standard structure that must be followed by the driving classes. So first of all, we see how we can create a interface. So for creating interface in TypeScript, you need a keyword interface, and then name of the interface. I am naming it as I student, which is name of the interface, and then closing opening and closing curly braces, and in these braces we provide the structure of the of this interface. For example, we have id of the student, and type of the id is number, and the second one we have name of the student, and type of name is string, and third one we have a function named as greeting, and it's which is which is returning a string. So greeting basically is a function which will return a string. So we will implement we will see this greeting method in driving class. So now we need to write a class which will follow this structure. So I write a class which is student. So variable student, and this is this class is basically type of this interface. Just like other variables, we declare name of the variable, and then we have data type of this variable. In this case, data type of this student variable is I student, which is a interface. And then we have equal to, and then body of this variable. Change this variable name to st. Okay, variable st is missing the following properties. So we something is missing over here. Let me check. This one is creating a problem. and this is the closing braces, and then we have a variable student, and here we have to place a semicolon. That's it. Now we have st, which is student, and here we have id, which is 1, and then we have name, which is type of string, and it is Arshad. And then we have a method greeting. We can copy paste from this one, greeting, and here we have just like this one, curly braces, and will return a greeting which is welcome. Okay, and here we have this return type. Okay, now we can call this variable, we can change it to student, and here we will print different properties of our class, which is name, id. First one is id. Student, which is a variable to access different properties of this class. We need to first place of a variable name student dot id. So compile your TypeScript code, run your JavaScript file, and you will see one is printed over here. If you want to access the name of this class, name of the variable student, you can place student dot name over here, compile your code, and run your JavaScript. Similarly, you can access the methods written over here. For example, you want to access a greeting method or function, you can access this function. TypeScript, compile your TypeScript file, and then run your JavaScript file, and you will see welcome over printed over here. But if we change here data type, data of this id, for example, I put it with string. So this class, in this class, when I place string to this id, compiler will show error, because in structure, in interface structure, we tell the compiler that id must be a number, but in class we are placing string in this id. So in this way we can use interfaces to make sure the classes or variables using this structure or interface must be using the same data as declared data types in this interface. But the very important thing that you must be remember is interfaces are not to be converted to a JavaScript. If you see your JavaScript file, you can see there is no JavaScript of the interface. It is basically, it is just part of TypeScript. So we can use this signature across the multiple classes, just like we used for the student. We can use with other objects of the student. So that's it for today. Thank you so much.